Hi guys, I came across the IG picture of this right here, and this is what this DIY is inspired by. As a fuller bust person, I have so much trouble trying to find a cute denim top, and I loved how this looked, but I knew I would not be able to find one to fit myself, so I decided to make it. So let me show you what you're going to need. You're going to need a pair of jeans, a pair of scissors. You possibly might need a seam ripper. You can find these at any craft store, any places that sell sewing kits. They're really inexpensive. You probably can get one for less than $1. You're going to need some pins, and because this is a no-sew method, you're going to need your hot glue gun with your hot glue gun sticks, some patience, and let's get started. So me myself, no stiff jean is going to work for all of this right here. So I came across a pair of jeans I was willing to sacrifice, and they are a stretch pair of jeans. Stretch jeans will probably be preferable, especially if you're full or busted. If you don't have a pair of stretch jeans and you're smaller busted and you want to try this, I would suggest that you cut around the area where the butt is. And if you have a pair of jeans that has a pocket on there and you don't want to have the pocket, that's where the seam ripper comes in handy, because you can cut the seam and take the pocket off if that's what you would like to do. So let's cut these jeans. I'm going to tilt you down just for a second, okay? I'm going to cut these jeans here. Me and my messed up scissors, right guys? Okay, I'm gonna push that out the way. Now I have a small piece of denim fabric, and what I'm doing is I want that outer seam showing, so I'm going to turn the jeans to its side and cut that inner seam. Very simple, this part. And by my legs being a wide leg pair of jeans, look at that stretch, guys. This is going to work perfectly as a template for what I need. So I am going to cheat a little. I am going to use a bikini top. I'm going to use my pins to pin it, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have my bikini top. This top fits my bust. I am a 38G 36H. I'm in that category. So I already took my pins. They really come in handy, and I want that seam down the center of my breast, so I have the bikini taped. I have the bikini pinned on the inner side of the jeans, and you know, of course you might have to spread it out. You know, take your time. You want to make sure that it's going to fit your bust. So what I am about to do is, although I have this position, I want to give myself some leeway, so I will not be cutting directly where the fabric ends. I'm going to cut a little further away, maybe about 1.5 inches. As I always say, if you are anal and need true measurements, then you need to use a ruler and measurement if that's what you need. I am not one of them kind of people, so I will be eyeballing it. I will be doing at least 1.5 inches away from the fabric to give myself some leeway, just in case my measurements was not quite accurate, especially since I did not measure it. And also be careful, because you don't want to accidentally damage your the bikini top that you're using. If you don't have a bikini top, you can always use a bra that you disassemble, something that you don't even have to disassemble it, because you're actually pinning it. Maybe it's a bralette or something like that that you want to use. It's up to you. But once again, I'm cutting at least 1.5 inches away from my bikini top, just to give myself some extra leeway, just in case, you know what I mean? It's better to have too much than too little, because too little you can't add. Okay, so I'm going to unpin the bikini top and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here is my final cutout. As you can see, it has plenty of stretch. It is definitely going to fit over my bust. And I'm going to take that second pants leg, and to save yourself some time, I have already spread it out. You're just going to line everything up together. You can pin it to make sure it doesn't shift around, and you're going to cut that same piece once again. And once I do that, I'll come right back. Okay, so the second thing that I'm going to do is that I am going to cut around the waist seam part of the jeans. If you understand what I mean, I'm going to cut this waist part off, and I'm not going to cut directly on that piece because I might need some of the material, so cut away from it just a little bit, but I need that piece because it's also stretched. Okay guys, so I have cut off the part of my waist of the jeans, and I have left just a little bit of material all the way around, and I also left the hook closure intact. We're going to see if it works out with just that hook closure. If not, then I'll reinforce it a different way, and possibly we're going to need some straps. So I'm going to cut that outer seam, but what you want to do is you want to cut just an inch or two away from that, because we're going to use that, and I'm going to cut the rest off all the way up because I'm going to need that for straps. So as soon as I do that, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so you should have three things that you're going to be working on. You're going to have the part that's going around your waist, you're going to have the part that's going to be made into straps, and then you're going to have the bralette part. So my suggestion would be is to test to see if indeed this is going to cover your breast. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. So as I was saying, you want to make sure that you have cut enough of the fabric for your breast. So of course put your bra on, and you know, for camera's sake, I ain't going to show you my exposed bra. But what we want to do is we just want to lay it on top to see, is this actually going to cover our breast? So mine is just a little bit off. One side is a little bit longer than the other side. Is not a perfect triangle, and that's basically how it should be, because the longer part of the triangle should hit you like this, and the shorter part of your triangle should hit you like this. So as you can see, it is perfectly going to fit over my chest area. It fits perfectly. So I just wanted to show you that measurement there. So also, if you did your if you cut the seam correctly, since this is going to be the easier task, all you have to do is just roll it on itself, hot glue gun it so that you have a perfect seamed straps. So I'm gonna do that first, and I'm coming right back. Just in case you wanted to know what I meant by overlapping, I am taking a nice amount, and I'm doing one side at a time. So I'm folding it over and spreading it out, because you don't, this is going to be on your shoulders. You don't want it to be bubbling and feeling weird, and we're using hot glue gun. But remember, you can use fabric glue, which is a little bit softer, and liquider is just that liquid, but it will not dry as fast. You need to let it dry, and I'm trying to get this done. So basically, as you can see, I have overlapped one side and I smoothed it out, and what I'm going to do is overlap the other side. I'm gonna cut just a little bit of this excess off because I don't need as much, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it and overlap the other side, smoothing out the glue so it's just a seamless strap. And as always, do it in increments, and remember that if you're using a hot glue gun, it is hot. And this is basically what it's going to look like when you're finished. When you finish overlapping and gluing. So when I finish this strap, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what I have now is the waist part that I have cut away from the jeans. And what you want is for this part to be facing you. So you want it laying on top. And the reason why I actually told you to keep that extra piece of material is because we're going to be lining up the edge of what's going to be our top to the edge of this part. And I wanted you to have, by you keeping this seam and having a little extra, that's just giving you a guideline of what you're going to be hot gluing. So I have tried this on to make double sure that this fits around the circumference of my waist, the upper part of my waist. And what I'm going to do is I am going to line this up. And as I said, I have tried this on across my waist, so I know where to stop and where to end. You need to do the same so that you can have a project that you're proud of and not regretting. So I have to stop the edge of my top here. That is where my measurement ends. And remember that this is a stretch, and so is this a stretch, and you want to work in small increments. So I'm going to tilt you down a little bit. I'm going to bring you in just a little bit close so that you can see what I'm trying to explain. So I'm taking this seam here at the edge of my of this part, and do not start directly there because you want to have a clean finish. So I'm going to start midway down. I'm going to start right there at this point, and I'm using that seam that was in the back of the jeans as a guideline. That is the middle, and you want to start that edge and do it in small increments. And remember that it's because it's stretched, you need to stretch the material as you're hot gluing. So let's get started. You want to work in small increments. I hope that you can see that. And you want to make sure that you're stretching the material. You want to take and also make sure that you use a piece of material to pat it down to make sure there's no bubbles. And if you feel like the hot glue gun is going to be too bulky, too hard on your skin, then by all means use the fabric glue. And if you don't want to do that, you can always sew. But this is a no-sew method. So I'm taking that glue and I'm working in small increments, and I'm pressing down. You can also pinch it. Please be careful, the glue is hot. And I'm wiping off the excess. And don't worry about this part because we're going to be cutting it off. And this is what it's looking like so far. And I want to flip it for you to see what the bottom end is going to look like. This is going to be around your waist, and this is the top, how the bra part is going to be connecting. So I'm going to finish hot glue gunning this to the end of my measurement, and when I'm done, I'm gonna come back. Okay guys, so I have both areas attached to what's going to be our waist part, and now you have raw edge. I hope that you tried it on to make sure that it's centered and fitting, covering the breast the way that you would like for it to cover. And I do not want a raw edge, so I'm going to show you how I am going to I guess like finish the seam. I am going to put a little dot of glue, just a little dot, and that is it. That finishes the seam like that, because I don't want a raw edge. I'm going to do all the way around the circumference of both pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am attaching my strap, and I want mine to line up with the seam, so I have put a generous amount of the glue on the inside so that the seam can match on the outside. Please use a generous amount because this is a no-sew method, and we don't want our strap to pop. We want it to stay. I have already glued it and I'm just pinching it, and I wanted to show you what it is looking like. I am going to finish continuing the dolloping some glue, little dots, to do that finished edge, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off this excess material that's left at the edge. I am going to iron this part down on the breast part so it can lay down flatter. And I am basically done. My straps are on, and of course I have tried it on a few times to tweak it to my liking. Remember, I am a bigger breasted person, so it stretches where I need it to stretch. I'm not sure if I will wear this out in public. I think I'm just doing it just to be doing it, but I will show you what it looks like on. So let me do those things and I will be